Hey y'all, it's Beer Third Machine. Today we're going to go over 38 what sold for me over the weekend, so stay tuned. Alright y'all, if you're new to the channel, my name is Julian, also known as the Beer Third Machine here on YouTube, and I basically buy stuff and sell it on eBay for a living. So today we're going to go over 38 what sold for me over the weekend. So let's go ahead and get started. This first item, what I'm also going to tell you is how much I paid for it and how long it took to sell. So this first item I got for free. I paid nothing. I had them in a lot. They were actually, I think, from the Dollar Tree maybe, and they are just Peacekeeper action figures. I sold them for $18 and the buyer did pay shipping, and there were 7 of them. So initially somebody paid $7 for them. They sold for $18 plus shipping. Not too bad. It took a really long time to sell, maybe 2 or 3 months. These took even longer to sell. Got them, I think, for $3 at a Goodwill. They're dimmable LED light bulbs, and they sold for $18 with free shipping. Took, again, really long time to sell. I'm in the profit on all these golf clubs. So this one right here is a TaylorMade R9 FCT 15-3 wood fairway. And it did go for $25 and the buyer did pay shipping. It does have the head cover there, which was kind of ruined. The black material was coming off, which I disclosed inside of the description, but not a bad sale. And like I said, it took only 2 weeks to sell. This one's been sitting for probably about 2 months, and I got it in a lot deal at a Goodwill. I have nothing into it at this time, but it did take, again, a little bit to sell. This is a Samsung HT, and it's a DVD player, Blu-ray, has no remote. Did go for $60 and the buyer did pay shipping, and that actually went to Puerto Rico. This has been sitting for about 6 or 7 months, and this is just a graphite shaft. It was used to an older golf club, and again, it's just the shaft, has no header or anything on it, and it did go for $13 and the buyer did pay shipping. I got that out a long time ago in a golf club auction that I did. This one right here is one of those poker games. It was brand new, picked up for $2 at my local thrift store, and it did sell for $18 and the buyer did pay shipping, and it only took about a month to sell. This one I picked up about a month ago. This is just an old vintage brass alarm clock made in Germany, wind up. The wind ups did work, but the alarm really never did. I don't think I know how to set it, but it did sell for $20.34 and the buyer did pay shipping. This one right here is an Ironman snapback, and this is from about 2 or 3 weeks ago at a yard sale. I paid $1 for it and did sell for $17.10 and the buyer did pay shipping. This is a retail arbitrage, and I got this, if I want to give a shout out to Buffalo Picker, if you're watching this, I did download that Brick Sync app, and I did notice that in my Walmart, they were selling these for $45, and they retailed pretty high, and I did comp it out real quick on eBay, and I knew I could at least make a couple bucks, so I did buy for $45 at my local Walmart, flipped it on eBay for $81, and the buyer did pay shipping, and it didn't take but like 2 weeks to sell. This one I've had forever, probably 8 or 9 months now. It's a picture frame corner clamp vintage, brand new. It's from the company Stanley, and it did sell for $15 and the buyer did pay shipping. I bought it for about $2 at a Goodwill a really long time ago. This is basically I got for free. It was in a whole bunch of stuff I got 3 weeks ago. I put it up for auction. It's a NASCAR Darlington Southern 500 race. It had a couple like advertisements in it for beer. It did sell for $20.50 and the buyer did pay shipping. This again I've had for probably about 9 months. Furniture protection plan care kit. If you want to look back, I probably lost money on this actually. I think I picked it up for $5 at a Goodwill, and it only sold for $4.95 and the buyer did pay shipping. Not a good pickup. These right here are vintage channel lock lineman pliers, and there's a different type of pliers there. It did sell for $12.50 and the buyer did pay shipping. They've probably had these for about 6 months. I did finally put them up on auction, and they did sell overseas. These are 3 9-ounce empty CO2 tanks for paintballs. This was in that paintball thing I kind of lost money on. This actually is going to boost me into the profit on that. I didn't think they were going to sell for this much money, but they sold at auction for $51.51 and the buyer did pay shipping. This is a brand new Bridgestone golf embroider cap. This actually was sitting not really in my death pile. I just didn't have it listed. I thought it was listed, and I went through and did a cleaning the other day, and I did find it. I listed it, and I almost sold right away for $10 and the buyer did pay shipping. So it really only took about like a day to sell. This right here is a tube bender, and there's the marks on it right there, exactly the part number. I don't have anything in it this time, but it did probably take about 8 months to sell. And this sold for $14 and the buyer did not pay shipping and went for free shipping. It was a pretty light tool, so about $4, $5 to ship. This I picked up 3 weeks ago at a garage sale that was on one of my YouTube videos. This is a vintage Craftsman socket set. This would have went for a lot more, but it was missing some pieces. As you can see right there, it was missing 2 pieces, which isn't a lot, but that means a lot when somebody's buying a whole set. And it did go for $14 and the buyer did pay shipping. This is a Wilson Triad 4.0 hammer tennis racket. This was in pretty rough condition. I got it for $3 at a Goodwill. It took about a month to sell and did sell for $31.50, and the buyer did pay shipping. But if this was in better condition, these things go for about $60, so it's a pretty good bolo. This one is a Adams Golf A12 driver. This went for $26.10, and the buyer did pay shipping. I only paid $2 for this because it actually, where it says read, it was dented on the top, it wasn't dented on the front, and that was disclosed, and that's why I went for so cheap. That is a more expensive club. This I've had for a while, but I got it for free. It is a GameCube Preview CD-ROM disc. It went for $13 and free shipping. Obviously it's light, so very light on shipping. Had it for probably 4 or 5 months. This I'm in the profit for again from 2 weeks ago. King Cobra Baffler DWS 29 Hybrid with a Senior Flex graphite shaft. Went for $34.20. The buyer did pay shipping. Sells really fast. This is a tailor-made rack OS 7-iron steel regular shaft. It says read probably because there's something wrong with the club. Either it needs a grip or something like that. And it sell for $10 with $10 shipping. I am right now trying to do a different shipping where it's not calculated, that it's a fixed rate. And this one went a little bit more expensive on the shipping, but I'm doing a $9 flat rate for shipping golf clubs. And we're gonna see how that goes for a little bit. This one right here is an Adams Ovation 03 right-handed golf club. This was a really nice club. I picked it up at a Goodwill for $3 and sold for $40.50, and the buyer did pay shipping, and it only took about a week to sell. This I got in a huge lot a while back, maybe about a month or two, but I have nothing into it at this time. I'm already in the profit, and it's a Blue Ridge Parkway, just a pin. It went for $9 and free shipping, obviously super cheap to ship, but took a little bit to sell. I have a whole bunch more pins I got from that lot, but they sell a little bit, so it's really not that bad. Every time you sell one, it's like $5. This is a Callaway X18 6-iron stiff shaft flex, and it's a right-handed club. Went for $16.20, and the buyer did pay shipping. This one's from a golf club auction a really long time ago, already in the profit on. This was from 3 weeks ago. This is a Microsoft Xbox 360. It did work properly, came with all the stuff that's in the picture there, and I sold it for $55, and the buyer did pay shipping. I think I picked it up for about $10 to $15 at the garage sale. These I paid $20 for at my Salvation Army. It's Wilson Staff FG51 irons, right-handed. These would have went for a little bit more where it says read there. Somebody had like etched in their initials on the heads of the clubs, which were very small, but still, these are really nice clubs, but it did devalue these a little bit because these are expensive clubs, but they went for $80 and the buyer did pay shipping. These I've had forever. Probably these were one of the first shoes I've ever bought, which is going on a year. And these are Merrell waterproof slip-on world soles. Well, the reason why it says a world, because if you put the shoes together on the bottom, it shows like the whole world in a map. And I picked them up for $6 at the Goodwill. They sold for $16.20 and the buyer did pay shipping. These I picked up 3 weeks ago for about $5, and these are just 2002 Santas around the world. The box it came in was super cool. It's like a wooden box, and they sold for $20, and the buyer did pay shipping, and it took 3 weeks to sell. This one was a pain to ship. It did take a little bit of time to sell, probably about 2 months, and it's just a Viper by B Guitars 6-string electric guitar, and it did sell for $50, and the buyer did pay shipping. It went to Florida, and it was about 30 some or 40 some dollars to ship, but it was a pain to get that thing in the box. This is a vintage style International Harvester snapback. I probably paid $3 or $1 for it. I don't really remember, but if I got it to Goodwill, I paid $3 for it, and it did sell for $24.40, and the buyer did pay shipping, and this went overseas. This one I'm already in the profit for. So this was a Callaway Razor Hawk Driver 10.5, and it went for $50, and the buyer did pay shipping. Took about 2 weeks to sell. This is a Callaway X Series. This is going to be a wedge of 52 degree, and it did go for $20, and the buyer did pay shipping. I'm already in the profit. It did take 2 weeks to sell. Same here, in the profit, 2 weeks to sell for a tailor-made burner, super fast. This is going to be a graphite regular right-handed club, and it did go for $51, and the buyer did pay shipping. These I've had for a while. This came out of that auction a long time ago for the golf clubs. And this is a lot of 34 Callaway Titleist and adjustable weights. Some golf clubs have adjustable weights where you can adjust their weight. You can take out a certain weight and put in a certain weight, and that's what these are. And it says right there unknown, because some of these weights I had no idea. Whoever bought this probably works on clubs and saw the value here, because they are expensive. But I was happy to get $60, and the buyer did pay shipping, because that is pure profit. This one is a Wilson Staff FG Tour V2 7-iron stiff flex. Did go for $25, and the buyer did pay shipping, and this took about 2 weeks to sell. This one was really cool looking. It had like a gold finish on it. So it's a carbide Geo 7 wood graphite shaft, senior flex, right-handed, and did go for $21, and the buyer did pay shipping. Took 2 weeks to sell, and I'm already in the profit. This I picked up in Colombia when I was out there, when I was like out there thrifting, and I didn't really do that well, but I did pick this up for $1, and it did sell for $17, and the buyer did pay shipping, and that was about a month to sell. So that was a fast 38 wood sold. If you tallied everything up, I think I did around $1,500 in gross sales in a 3-day period, which is not bad for me. Hopefully this has been educational. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you can find some of these items and make some money yourself. So if you like this type of content, if you would subscribe, comment down below, and like the video, and I'll catch you on the next one.